Scotty, one of the things you find, a lot of guys we've helped as they approach their 50s, or their 40s and their 50s, they're busy with work, they're busy with their family. They may have had some, poor lifestyle choices. Maybe they haven't exercised in a lot of years. It's a big thing to try to get fit and active out of the blue into your mid-40s.
It is a big thing, Luke. You and I both know that when we were single, we could train up a storm. And now that we have young families ourselves and busy businesses, that it's a different case. You have to prioritise the training, and you have to do it in an achievable manner with your particular schedule. So that's a big part of what we can show you how to do, is not only do it, but do it in the most efficient way, which fits in with your lifestyle. Now, before starting any sort of physical activity, you do need to establish a base level of conditioning. We don't want anyone to go out there and throw themselves in the deep end and get injured and get hurt and get put off by it. Our expertise obviously is with the resistance training, so we're going to teach you the best way to reach your goals through that mechanism. But for ourselves, I don't know that the transfer to our particular sports will be extremely beneficial. I've gone so far as to say that bodybuilding is the anti-sport. You need to learn how to do things in the most inefficient way. And now we're trying to actually be athletes, Luke. So we will see that there will undoubtedly be some benefits, and there are some health crossovers from resistance training into cardiovascular, but we're a little bit behind the 8 ball in the activities we've chosen for ourselves.
Look, we've pushed bodybuilding to the limit. We've both won national titles. I managed to become a professional bodybuilder. So we've grown a lot of muscle for no reason other than having the muscle there. It doesn't serve a lot of functional purpose. We've had a great time training for all these years, but now it's time to move on from bodybuilding and to try some other skill sets and activities. And we are going to struggle purely for the fact that we have a lot of muscle mass, and it's going to be a challenge for us.
As a way of empathizing with some of you which are going outside of your comfort zone in order to improve your lives, we're going to try and do the same thing. So I am learning Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. It's my first ever experience with martial arts or combat sports. And Luke, I believe you're doing something a little outside your comfort zone as well.
I'm going to fulfill a lifelong goal, and that's to learn to surf, and it's absolutely terrifying. I don't have the fitness, the flexibility, or the skill set to do it. But like Scott said, we want to be authentic, we want to give value, we want to show you guys at home that starting a new activity, starting a new skill, starting to exercise as you approach your 40s and into your 50s, it's not easy for all of us. We're all in the same boat. It's just about consistency. It's just about starting. It's about having a go and having fun. One of the best tools you can use, Scotty, if you're trying to improve your fitness, if you're trying to maybe start a new sport or skill, is to have some sort of basic goal setting in place. Goals are great, so you know where you're heading. Number one, it gives you some focus, it gives you some direction. Also, there's some accountability, so you're putting it out there that you want to achieve it, you're putting it out to the world. And at Midlife Man, we firmly believe in having different training goals and different life goals just in general to aim for. So we have some goals with our chosen events, Scotty.
We do indeed. My first goal is cardiovascular in nature. I want to run 2 kilometres in under 10 minutes. Now that doesn't seem like a lofty goal for a lot of people, but for me, that's far in the future, I think, Luke. I'm not sure if that's short or long term.
Nice. Well, my goal's first up, it's a basic sort of swimming goal because I don't want to drown, I don't want to die. So I want to get my bronze medallion, which involves a 400-metre swim, I think in under 13 minutes, which that's going to be quite difficult. I'm a bit nervous about that one. And my long-term goal, look, I've always wanted a Bali surf trip, so sort of said maybe around the 18-month mark, love to plan a Bali surf trip, go over, film it all, and that's what I'm aiming for. So
it's good motivation.
It's very important to start this journey with pretty poor aerobic endurance, call it cardio fitness, because a lot of people, a lot of middle-aged guys, when they are potentially thinking about starting some sort of physical exercise or activity, they're going to have, generally speaking, pretty poor cardio, pretty poor aerobic endurance. So for me, it was important to start that off and just show you how you can actually improve.
It's been a long time since I've done any sort of actual fitness work coming from the bodybuilding background. I've all been about lifting weights and building big muscles, but unfortunately these muscles don't really serve a great deal of functional purpose. The only upside of this is that I'm doing these fitness tests with Luke Schembri, who may be the only man I know who is less functional than myself.
And to measure how unfit I am at the moment, I'm going to be doing 3 different fitness tests. So I'm going to do a 50 metre, we'll call it a run. It's supposed to be a sprint, but I think if I was to sprint I haven't travelled too fast with my body under my own powers for over 15 years. So I reckon if I tried to sprint too quickly too soon, I'm going to tear a muscle. So we'll call it a 50 metre sprint, but really it's going to be a 50 metre run.
Run, jog, sprint. I'll be doing the 1 kilometre run, which I'll be hoping to get through without breaking down. That will be my only goal.
I certainly have not run a kilometre in 20 years easily. So I'm going to do a time trial of 50 metre, I'm going to do a 1k run, and I'm going to do a 50 metre swim. And again, I haven't swam 50 metres for a number of years, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see if I can complete the task first up, but also just how poor my times are.
And then I'll be doing some more Brazilian Jiu-jitsu specific drills, which I've already inquired about. I have sought out the advice and help of an extremely high-level Brazilian Jiu-jitsu practitioner, George Soteropoulos, and he's given me a few things to work on: sprawling, hip escaping, and there's some other wrestling drill which he has shown me, which I'm very uncoordinated on, which I can do either for time or just speed over a certain distance.
Okay, so down the field, going to do 2 fitness tests right now. These are the initial tests to show how genuinely unfit I am right now. Going to do a 50 metre sprint. It's not going to be a sprint. I haven't ran in many, many years, so don't know how fast it's going to be. I'm going to do a 1k run. It's going to be 10 laps from the footy field, post to post. Hopefully I survive. I'm very nervous about this. Let's get into it. $13.15 for 50 metres, and my heart rate's up to 122. I used to run 100 metres in less than that time many years ago, but not too bad. 7 minutes, 16 seconds. I want to get under 8 minutes, so that's great. And my heart rate hit 170. You know, what's the goal of the second week? It's just to have some sort of basic level of conditioning, to develop some level of conditioning. 6:58, so it's about a minute 10 better than last week. We want to keep up that consistency, so I'm sore this week. I'm not feeling overly motivated just due to the fact that I am sore, but I know that if I can keep up some form of consistency, then my body is going to make favourable adaptations to the training stimulus that I'm applying. 1.2 Ks, and I got about the same time that I did my first kilometre in, so I've added another 200 metres worth of distance, and I've done about the same time. Making some good fitness improvements. Cardiovascular health is improving. You know, the ability of my lungs to take in oxygen and deliver that oxygen to my body. Still pretty bad, really. I mean, there's nothing too special at all. But I'm happy with those fitness improvements.
So we're gonna have a crack at these things. My greatest concern is that I'll look incredibly foolish. Number one, I think there's a high likelihood of that happening. And my other concern is that I will actually hurt myself. I'm almost 120 kilos. I haven't run in a very, very long time. I hurt my foot walking down a staircase the other day. I have no idea why. So we're gonna see if we can get through it. I would like to think that these tests will improve a great deal over time. And well, hopefully I will become a better athlete and a better Brazilian Jiu-jitsu practitioner as a result.
Sunny Melbourne has really turned it on today. We've got a high temperature of 16 degrees, so I'm going to go for a run. It is the first 1 kilometre run I've done since probably my final year of uni, so I would have been 21 years of age. That's just over half a lifetime ago. I've got to run 10 laps of this rugby field, and I've got to be honest, it's pretty daunting. So let's see how we go.
Hey Jack, where you been? There's no ice but having another
1 kilometre, 5 minutes 36. Way better than what I was expecting. Pretty cooked. Heart rate High of 176, average of 160. I still got to do the 50-meter sprint. Time for my 50-meter sprint. I've already done my 1 kilometer run. I'm regretting that now. I don't have much left, but I'm sure I can still beat Luke. 11 seconds and 2/100ths of a second. Just factor in the muddy conditions, factor in the pre-fatigue. It's down around 9 seconds, about 3 seconds faster than Luke. Ah, God damn it. Where is it? It's on there, trust me. I'll find it.
Coming up next on Midlife Man.
The swimming has been the hardest. It's probably the most worrying because I'm going to be learning surfing. So by the end of it, I'm completely stuffed.
First jiu-jitsu session. I'm here at the gym. I've had 3 anxiety attacks on the way. I am dreading this, completely and utterly dreading this. That's what I'm doing, something difficult and scary, and we'll see how it works out.